Welcome to the Running Network Show. Join us each time as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great sport.
Saturday afternoon.
Thank you very much. This next one goes to our biggest little.
Hello, everyone. This is Gary Morgan with the Michigan Runner and Running Network. Well, I'm down here in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I'm getting ready to run the Quintus Wrightsville Beach Marathon. And anyway, we have the race director who is out of Michigan and ran at Eastern Michigan, Tom
Clifford. C-L-I-F-F-O-R-D, like the big red dog.
Well, anyway, this is definitely a big change of pace moving down here after living in Michigan, running there.
I love Michigan. I think the growing up in the state itself and going to Eastern, kind of molded me into a stronger person just in general. It was just, running at Eastern was a grind. Coaches were awesome. Running with guys like Boaz and Jordan and Crane and Joel David and Gavin, all those guys, all my good friends, like those guys were just powerhouses, So I was lucky enough to be able to run with those guys, and then took the move down here when I graduated, and ended up starting Without Limits and trademarked the name, and we're an apparel coaching brand. And another guy from Eastern started the Greenville program, satellite program out of Greenville, South Carolina. And this race started in 2010, and now we're grown and sold out this year, and we love it. It's a huge event, and we want Michigan people to get out of the cold for March and come on down and enjoy us. So
now you have a 5K, half, and full.
Yes.
And then now you got three.
And 1 mile kids
so
run.
Then so for the marathon you got 3,000, and what for the half?
Well, it's 3,000 total in the half and full, okay. And then about 600 total in the 1 mile and the 5K.
Okay.
So we keep it, we sell it out that way, we cap it that because of course logistics, and we run through a private community here in Wilmington, and we want to respect their needs. So the cap is 3,000. That's what we're comfortable with. That's what we feel is good, and it's not too big. Because I think too big, you lose the individual aspect of it. So
now, what made you decide to get into the race business after college?
I started breaking down for races and racing more of the road race scene, and I just thought that I had a good vision about what people wanted and how to make it more than just a race. I think running now is more than just a race. It's not just throwing together a half marathon or a 5K and letting people run in. They need to feel part of an event, part of something that can encompass more than just one day or just a few hours. So we wanted to do more than an event, something that our community embraces and brings good economic impact to the area and raises good money for the charities involved.
No, and there was not a marathon in this area before you started this, was it?
No, there were a lot of triathlons,
right.
And there was a half marathon, and there were a lot of 5Ks, and there was the PPD Beach to Battleship triathlon, the half and the full iron distance, but there was no marathon. So after the year after Beach to Battleship, I was like, we need to have a marathon. We need to have one marquee race here that people really get hyped up for in the running scene, and I think this is it. So,
well, this is a great time of year, and it's a great tune-up for Boston. A month out, weather's fairly nice, and then now I have not run the course, so does it run along the ocean at all?
We have one area of the loop at Wrightsville Beach, which runs over 3 bridges of the Intercoastal Waterway. So nice. A lot of the East Coast people know the Intercoastal Waterway is one of the scenic areas that boats run up and down from New York to Florida. So it actually goes through here. So we don't have oceanfront roads, but the loop itself is a really, really popular place in Wrightsville Beach. And then it goes through a beautiful landfall community, which is private, and ends in one of the bigger malls here. So it's good for logistics for us, and it's a very pretty course. Free beer, 16 kegs, which all the guys in Michigan know that I like to run and drink at the same time, and for the fun of it, you got to celebrate somehow, right? So after we had We had the Mac party, you know.
And as I first talked to you, you told me you were a big fan and still are of the Michigan Runner.
Oh, yeah.
That you read it growing up and in college. Did you grow up in Michigan also?
Oh yeah, I grew up in Grand Rapids, and I had to like check out my Michigan Runner stats. I always had to see the stats and the blogs and what was going on and my results, and so I was always trying to beat Dathan Ritzenhein, which I wasn't even close. So Ritz and those guys grew up in the same county as me in Kent County. He went to Rockford, and I went to West Catholic High School, and love Michigan. I miss it every year. I'm going home this year for my dad's 70th birthday party in June, and we go home every summer because here it gets really hot, and there it's awesome. And then the GLR, those guys watching, love Great Lakes Relay. Need to go back. Need to get my Ipsy Lost boys back. We cause a lot of damage up there. I hope they'll welcome me back.
I'm sure they will. Well, I'm really looking forward to running this, and it looks to me like you got a great event with the tent, everything. This is going to be, it looks like a great, fun event, and I'm really looking forward to it.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There they all go up.
The course today.
Everyone's our 5K winner.
94. Billy with a
USMC.
time of 17:27. 34 years old from Hampstead, North Carolina. Laying waste to the competition. Here comes second.
Well, we have our winner of the Quintiles Wrightsville Beach 5K here. And I see USMC. That's awesome. He's still active. What's your name?
Billy Van Vienen.
And
Lieutenant Billy Van Vienen.
awesome. And where are you stationed at this point?
June, right over here.
Oh, right down,
Yeah.
right up the road.
That's
huh?
right. That's right.
And is your first time you're running this race?
The first time this race. I run a lot of races in the local area as a member of the Wilmington Roadrunners.
Okay, great.
So yeah,
So what'd you think about the course and everything?
it's a good course. Good course. Tough. I haven't been running as much as I should. So it was definitely a gut check.
Well, it's a beautiful day. How was the course? Pretty flat?
It was flat, well marked. The splits were right on as far as my GPS is concerned. The support was excellent. Water everywhere you needed it. And the guys in the lead with the bike pointing you which way to go. It's a well-organized race.
Now, are you going to do the half or full tomorrow?
I did the half last year. I wanted to do it this year, but I was in a training op, and so I didn't have time to register in time, and it was already sold out because it's such a popular race.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I'll be out for support. I'll support people, though, for sure.
Next year, huh?
Next year, definitely.
Well, cool. Well, congratulations, and thank you for your wonderful service to our country.
Okay, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Awesome. More here. He's from Michigan. What part?
Sterling Heights, Michigan.
Okay.
Sterling Heights, Metro Detroit area. Yep.
Now, so since you're with the service, did you ever do any duty over at Selfridge?
I was an enlisted recruiter before I became an officer, and my recruiting office was in Utica, and we used to do a lot of our pool functions with our delayed entry program over at Selfridge.
Awesome, man. That's great. So when did you come down here and start, after your training?
Well, I've
And
been in for 10 years. I came down here 2 years ago this July, but I was stationed down here early in my career.
off and on,
yeah.
off and on.
That's correct, yeah.
Well, that is really cool. Now, did you grew up in Michigan, and
Michigan.
did you go to college there too?
I went to Siena Heights University, small college in 8th grade.
2030.
Siena Heights.
Yeah, that's right.
Did you run track?
I did. I ran track and field there.
What events?
I was a miler and a half miler, and then I ran cross country. Good job, buddy.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, what years did you run there?
Oh, it was 2000 to 2003, I believe.
Oh, so did you ever run against Tom Clifford here, the race director? He ran at Eastern Michigan.
At Eastern, I had a buddy that ran at Eastern as well. I know a lot of guys that ran for Eastern. So.
Who'd you know over at Eastern?
Jordan Deslitz, I ran against him. I went to a running camp, and a guy that used to run at Eastern, Clint Varan.
Yep.
He coached me at a running camp. I mean, there's a plethora of guys that I ran against over at Eastern. So yeah.
Oh, that's a bunch of those guys. Clint's still running.
Yep.
Some of them up in Michigan with the Hansons group. Did you ever run with them any?
I used to train with them at Dodge Park here and there. They had their little summer speed sessions, and I used to go over there and train with them. Yeah. Small world.
I love it. Well, I just have to come down here and run the race, and when I find out I got a ton of Michigan connections here. Okay, some more finishers in the 5K here.
Good job to Phil. Brendan Bryan with the time of 27:49. Thomas McLam with the time of 27:50. Heath Cockrum with the time of 27:54. Good job, Heath. 10-year-old Ava Smith with the time of 27:58.
Okay, well, we have another major Michigan connection. People from Michigan are everywhere, and they love coming down here and living here in Wilmington area. Anyway, what is your name?
Sherry Riddell.
Mason Riddell.
Brian Riddell.
And Brian, are you from here or Michigan?
I'm actually from Ontario, Canada. Now I live down here, though.
What part of Ontario?
Toronto.
Okay, and you're originally from Jackson.
Jackson, Michigan.
And you came here when you were a youngster.
Very, yes.
But I see you have a Michigan shirt on when they were at least a decent football team. But that's a little ways to go. We're thinking that it may come back. But anyway, you ended up going to the UP last summer to Sault Ste. Marie. Say a couple words about that. Visiting family and doing whatever.
Oh, it's a beautiful place. We visited the locks, went to the sand dunes. It's a beautiful state. Beautiful state.
Well, and what's so special about being here in Wilmington? You've been living here for close to 40 years.
Just the atmosphere.
Okay.
The atmosphere, the weather. You can't beat the weather.
Okay, that's great. We have the winner of the 5K women race here, Jennifer
Goff.
And where are you from, Jennifer?
I'm from Greensboro, North Carolina.
And so is this why you came to win today? That big mug there?
The bear helps, but no, I'm actually here. I have a big group, the often running streakers in Greensboro. About 40 of them running the marathon and half marathon tomorrow, so I thought I'd kick it off with the 5K today, so it was a lot of fun.
Now, are you their coach?
I am their coach, yes.
Awesome.
So hopefully it gives a little bit of inspiration. Kick it off.
Now, are most of them on the half or the full tomorrow?
Most of them are doing the half marathon, but I have about 10 in the marathon.
And how about yourself? Are you running or just the 5K today?
Just the 5K today. I'm going to be on the course cheering them on tomorrow.
And now, is this the first time you've been here?
Oh no, I've actually run the half marathon here before, and my husband and son and I, we love to come here. So this is our third time in the last year that we've been here. So.
And are you an original North Carolina resident? Because I find most people aren't.
I am not. I actually grew up in Connecticut and went to school in Pennsylvania at Lehigh University, and then came down here about 8 years ago.
Well, I'm sure you're glad you're here instead of where they got some more snow in Connecticut today.
We are never going back.